Hey guys, it's Brandon here, and we're on site today right here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, just outside of the Yachtsman Resort. Now, it's the hottest thing to hit the market in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina in a while. I'm going to take you into condos to check out a beautiful walkthrough. We're also going to dive into your numbers, your gross rental income, your operating expenses, and your profit and loss on these units. Additionally, we're going to check out appreciation. We're going to look at depreciation, just how much you can write off on your taxes. Now, guys, in this video, it's going to have everything that you need to avoid the major pitfalls that amateur investors make when investing in oceanfront condos in the Myrtle Beach market. I don't want your first investment to be a flop because it's going to stifle you, it's going to set you back, it's going to stop you from being able to build wealth and jump into that second and third property, really enjoying the benefits of the snowball effect of building wealth, investment after investment after investment. I don't want you to be stifled. I don't want you to have a bad taste in your mouth and then all of a sudden you think that oceanfront condos don't make money. Guys, they make money. I know an investor now that owns 15 oceanfront condos, another one that owns 27, and Matt Freeze, who owns 11 oceanfront condos. They do not own this many oceanfront condos because they're not profitable. They own them because they are profitable if you know what you're doing. So watch the video through until the end so that you avoid all those major pitfalls and you make a savvy first-time investment. Additionally, guys, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button for me. It only takes you a second. It helps me out a lot. And drop me comments. I will do my best to answer as many comments as I can myself. And if you have good, solid questions, a lot of times I turn those into excellent video content for the YouTube channel. So drop me questions. Now, I don't want to hold us up. Let's get into the video now. You'd like to invest in an oceanfront condo at a beach resort. I'd like to show you how they make profit and break down all their expenses so you understand how they operate, how they appreciate over time, and how to choose the right property manager for your goals. I'd also like to let you know what your HOA includes, how the location best services the tourist booking your unit, how your tourist can navigate the area to the best attractions, restaurants, and local events. I'd like to give you a market report on the resort that you're checking out today so that you make savvy investment decisions. And if you stay tuned until the end, I'll show you my top picks for the units that have appreciated the most in our market or generated the most gross rental income. So no matter if you're a first-time investor, a seasoned professional transitioning into the real estate game, or simply a casual investor who wants to buy an oceanfront condo to rent out while you're not using it for vacation. Whether you've got 15% to pay down because you're financing or you're a cash buyer, if it's an oceanfront condo you're after, you'll be better because I'm aiming to give you a 10 times return on your time for watching this video to the end. All right, guys, now we're going to get into the Yachtsman. We're walking up on it, but first I want you to see everything that's in the area. This is a hotel right here, right next door. It's in between both buildings that are technically the Yachtsman. You can see here, that's our subject property, and then that's our blue-green hotel. And then we have another Yachtsman building right here, as you can see, right next door. Now, let's get just a little bit further street side so you can kind of check out the location. As you can see, guys, what makes this location so hot is where it's located. That's the Skywell right there. Obviously, a major Myrtle Beach tourist landmark. Additionally, you'll notice if I zoom in a little bit further, you'll see Riptides. That's a beachfront ocean. They have a rooftop bar there. That is phenomenal, by the way. All right, next door we've got the roof, a music joint. We've got the boulevard, as you can see here. Let's kind of zoom in. That's the roof. This is the boulevard. And then right on down, we have another hotel. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. You can see that's another hotel across the street. We've got the Funplex. And, of course, the Yachtsman. But this is an excellent location right here in the heart of everything going on in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and where a lot of your tourists are going to be hanging out. Now, April through September is the peak season. June, July, and August, if you're doing this right, you will make enough money to pay all of your operating expenses for the entire year. Yeah, you heard me correct. The other 9 months out of the year is going to be pure profit. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can enjoy and increase the passive income of your oceanfront condo through the 20 to 22 million tourists that visit the #2 vacation destination on the East Coast each year. Not only can you enjoy the equity paid for by visiting tourists, but you can also anticipate the over 100% appreciation experience at many of the oceanfront resorts in our market during the recent decade. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can depreciate them, reducing your overall tax burden, keeping more money for you and your loved ones, and ensuring unnecessary taxes aren't paid. Let's get in unit 406 right here at the Yachtsman. As soon as you come in, you will notice that tile flooring. Immediately to the left, we have our first restroom of 2. As you can see, tub shower combo. Kitchen, refrigerator, dishwasher, stove, microwave, cabinetry, coffee maker, a nice dining area with mirrors, as you can see. Okay. All right, living room, flat screen on the wall, your first outdoor balcony experience right here. Now, as you can see, there's not much of a balcony, but it is enough to step out on technically and check out what's going on around the neighborhood. Of course, you are right here at Pier 14, which is a phenomenal tourist attraction, and check out all that oceanfront demand. People renting oceanfront condos. Come on. All right, let's get in here and check out these 2 bedrooms. This is going to be your first bedroom. We're going to go this way. Bingo. Nice king-size bed, as you can see. You do have another balcony here. Small, but a balcony. As you can see, it's kind of Jack and Jillish with the bathroom, which is cool. You have a good-sized closet. Tub shower combo. Sink. And then your second bedroom. Smaller closet, as you can see. And of course, 2 beds. The more beds, the more heads, the more money you make. It's that simple and that easy. Now, I do want to point out, just to the right of the first Yachtsman building, you do have a really nice beach access, as you can see here. It's pretty cool. I'm going to take you on here. And now, again, April through September is the peak season months. You do not want to use your condo for personal use during those months whatsoever. And again, June, July, and August is the peak of the peak. That's when you make the bulk of your money. It's super seasonal. We're going to get into this section in just a minute. That's the on-site amenities there, and that is one of the Yachtsman's buildings. But I did want to show you the excellent location here. As you can see, check this out. Look at all those umbrellas. All those umbrellas are oceanfront condo demand. This is a very, very cool way to get on Pier 14. Again, another excellent attraction. It's going to be bringing lots of people to the Yachtsman. That's the other Yachtsman building right there. And of course, there's your Skywell again. And as you can see here, this is super cool. And this feeds on into, as you can see, look at that beach. All that demand. And that's Pier 14. All right. Just take a look at all those. Look at that. Those are all people renting oceanfront condos and hotels in our market. All right, guys, Pier 14, don't want to miss it. Now, as soon as you come inside, the restaurant's straight ahead. To the left, we do have the gift shop, as you can see. Plenty of Myrtle Beach memorabilia. Everything that you need for your trip right in here. Now, let's get into the restaurant. Now, guys, as soon as you walk in, you got a little bench waiting area. You have restrooms on to your left. Hi. You have a bar to the right, and then you have a seated dining area to the left. There's your bar. Absolutely stunning. Any kind of drink you want in this hot weather. Gorgeous restaurant with plenty of food to eat. You got to try the crab boil. It is phenomenal from what I hear. And, of course, you can get right out on the pier, which is not bad. Outdoor seating. Eat outside. Look at all this oceanfront condo demand. That is awesome. These people are renting. Yes, they're renting oceanfront condos in our market. And of course, you can come right out to the pier and go fishing after you have an excellent meal. You really can't beat it. It's a phenomenal setup. Yes, I'm walking you all the way down the pier, guys. If you haven't watched the investor interviews on the channel, you have to watch them. They are chocked full of the lessons and the questions that you need to get answered to be a savvy oceanfront condo investor. I've had lots of people thank me for that content. Even people tell me it's life-changing. Let's see what these fishermen are catching. Well, I don't see anything yet. All right, guys, look at that. Look at that oceanfront right there, man. That's what Myrtle Beach is all about. Family, friends, fishing, having a good time, enjoying the outdoors, being on the beach with the people that you love and care about. And look at that coastline, chocked full of oceanfront opportunity. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Don't miss your opportunity, guys. It comes knocking, and Myrtle Beach is one of those places. Oceanfront Condos is one of those places in life where you can win really big if you know what you're doing. Tax breaks, annual profits, appreciation. I mean, there's so many ways to win with oceanfront condos. Got another little setup outside here, as you can see. We're going to come in this way now. Let me see if I can. Can I? Nope, can't come in that way. Again, do not miss Pier 14. This pier and restaurant is a phenomenal on-site amenity that lots of your investors are going to enjoy. Now, really quick, I want to show you this when we get right out here. That's the Riptide's rooftop bar. Right up there, as you can see. Now, guys, I want to tell you a quick story about Yvonne. Yvonne is a first-time investor that purchased an oceanfront condo at the Ocean Reef, 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. She remodeled it using our contractor. Her first year, even after it was off the market for 2.5 months, she made $140,000 in gross rental income. She made $30,000 in profit. That's Riptides, guys. And you can see this is a great little setup. I'm going to kind of walk you down to the skywall so you can see it. The point is, guys, she made a very strategic and calculated decision. She bought an older dated unit. When she bought it, it was making $104,400. After the remodel, it started making an additional $36,600 a year. You cannot argue with that. She'll most likely clear about $46,000 in profit this upcoming year. And largely because she's got a superior product. We're having fun over there, guys. And this attraction, this little setup right here is a major, major attraction. You come right out of the Yachtsman and you walk right down to the skywall. And we're here. That simple and that easy, guys. And people are looking for that proximity to attractions. There's your skywall. Excuse me. There's your skywall. We're just about to officially be on the Myrtle Beach Boardwalk and Promenade. This is Land Shark Bar and Grill right here. To our left is, again, tons of Oceanfront Condo tourists. And here we are, guys. This close. As you can see, this close. They have concerts and stuff out here. I don't know if you can see this right here, but as you can see that's the stage. This is where lots and lots of your tourists are hanging out. This is where they want to be. I'm just going to walk you down really quick. On Ocean Boulevard so you can see it as well. Skywell. Land Shark. And you got all kinds of shops along Ocean Boulevard. We're coming up on the Holiday Pavilion. You've got Aqua Beach Inn across the street over there. But you can see the location is strategic with all the attractions and the landmark. The landmark skywall. There's the Holiday Pavilion. Yes, it is directly on the boardwalk. There's Riptides, as you can see. And then we'll be right back at the Yachtsman. Across the street, we have the Beach House Bar and Grill. We have Beach Bums. Across the street from there. This is the first floor of Riptides. Oceanfront Grill and Rooftop Bar. And we're back at the Yachtsman. That walking distance trip is what people are looking for. And there's Riptides. All right, let's get in the Yachtsman, guys. In this video, I've shown you the resort, explained the property, and given you a walkthrough of the property. But next, I'll cover the accommodations and amenities offered by the resort and give you a walkthrough of the amenities so you can see why tourists choose oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Then I'll discuss on-site versus off-site management so that you learn how to maximize profitability on your unit and avoid the pitfalls other investors have made. Then I'll cover what your HOA fee pays for, how your resort's location creates a convenience for tourists that keeps them coming back for our attractions, restaurants, and local events, and also how your tourists can navigate the area. Next, I'll discuss how this resort has appreciated, average occupancy rates, and average gross rental income based on unit bedroom count for our market. And I'll share a really big secret I learned from a former client that was featured in Forbes magazine on how to increase your occupancy rates. After that, I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. All right, now we're at the first Yachtsman building. When you come in, you have to come down to this lower floor. Your front desk is right in this way. You have elevators here, of course, and then your front desk is here. And we're going to go ahead and go to the on-site amenities through the front desk area. That's your front desk. We're going to walk through this way, guys, and come through here. And we're at our on-site amenities. As you can see, absolutely stunning. Come on. Got a hot tub here. You have a pool here, as you can see. And then you can also use the neighboring blue-green indoor pool as well as the other pool, which I'm going to come through here, the other pool at the other Yachtsman building. So this is the blue-green vacations building. You're allowed to use that indoor pool. And this kind of takes you through to Ocean Boulevard. I don't know if you can see that. Of course, there's Pier 14 where we just were, as you can see. This is the blue-green setup here. Sea Glass Tower. This is our public beach access that takes us to Ocean Boulevard. There's the beach. And then we should be able to get right into the on-site amenities here, just here, okay? This is the other Yachtsman building we were out front of earlier. As you can see, cool games, places to lay out and get to enjoy the sun. We have a little kiddie pool here, as you can see, as well as a full pool just right here. Then you have another hot tub here, guys. All right, guys, just want to show you there is a guest laundry room right here, as you can see. All right, guys, we're over at Sea Glass Tower, Blue Green Vacations building. This is the indoor pool you can use when you do stay at the Yachtsman, as you can see here. Seating area, pool. Hi. That simple and that easy, guys. And here's an additional hot tub. And this is going to take us just outside. I get calls and emails every day from investors just like you looking to make their move into the Myrtle Beach market. They want to invest in short-term vacation rental properties. They want to invest in oceanfront condos. They want to know where the best deals are in our market. Well, guys, you're talking to the right person. 843-360-1737. I'm going to help you put your hands on the best deals in our market. If you're a first-time investor or a seasoned investor, if you're 1 year, 6 months, 3 years out, I don't care where you are in the investing process, pick up the phone, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text message, and let one of the many stories on our channel be one of your stories. Now, on-site versus off-site property management, very simply, guys, you always want to self-manage. You do not want to hand your profits over to a property management company. Plus, if you're serious about building a robust portfolio, well, guys, guess what? You taking the helm and doing this the first year or two is going to provide you with the experience that you need in order to better understand your investment and your money. So that way, when you do hand it off to a property manager, you'll know what to look for if they're doing a good job or not. Additionally, no one's going to manage your property like you are. And I will tell you, if you're thinking to yourself that you don't have time because you have a full-time job and you can't handle anything else, then you're wrong. You need to get focused. You need to get self-disciplined. You need to get serious with yourself about your future and your retirement. Now, here's the deal. Matt Freeze owned 11 oceanfront condos, and he owns a mortgage brokerage. He's got a full-time day job and manages his oceanfront condos from his phone and his laptop. Gosha Cook owns 15 oceanfront condos, 2 commercial properties, and a long-term rental. Manages them. She leverages technology. She also owns a property management company and has 110 doors that she's responsible for. The point is that, very simply, lots of people are managing this type of rental right from their phone. They're syncing their calendar with their cleaning lady's calendar. And, she's going and cleaning that unit. They're handling guests through automated text messages and emails right there on the platform. It is not rocket science. You can completely run this from your phone and your laptop. And you can be out of state. Matt Freeze is out of state. There are plenty of out-of-state investors that buy these condos and manage them all the time. Do I run into a lot of husband-wife couples that do this? Absolutely. If that's you, give me a call. It's 843-360-1737. Now stay tuned, because coming up in the rest of the video, I'll cover what your HOA fee pays for, how your resort's location creates a convenience for tourists that keeps them coming back for our attractions, restaurants, and local events, and also how your tourists can navigate the area. Next, I'll discuss how this resort has appreciated, average occupancy rates, and average gross rental income based on unit bedroom count for our market. And I'll share a really big secret I learned from a former client that was featured in Forbes magazine on how to increase your occupancy rates. After that, I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. All right, just so you can see, this is what the fourth floor looks like, guys. We've been checking out condos here. There's Riptides. There's beach bums across the street. When you come right in, you just walk right up the stairs. You don't even have to go into the front desk. There's your stairs. There are elevators if you want to take the elevators. More stairs on the other side. And as you can see, Blue Green Vacations right next door, that sea glass tower. It's that simple and that easy. And here we are, just outside of the Yachtsman. Here are the attractions that create the strongest draw for your guests. Now, Barefoot Landing in North Myrtle Beach is a vibrant waterfront destination that seamlessly blends shopping, dining, and entertainment. Now, set along the Intercoastal Waterway, this expansive complex features over 100 specialty shops and boutiques, offering everything from fashion and accessories to unique gifts and coastal treasures. Culinary enthusiasts can indulge in a diverse array of restaurants, including the upscale Greg Norman Australian Grill, the lively Lulu's Beach Arcade and Ropes Course, and the family-friendly Crooked Hammock Brewery, known for its craft beers and relaxed atmosphere. Entertainment options abound with venues like the Alabama Theater, showcasing musical performances, and the House of Blues, hosting concerts and events. Now, families can explore attractions like Alligator Adventure, one of the largest reptile facilities in the world, or enjoy seasonal events like Summerfest and holiday fireworks. Whether you're seeking a leisurely stroll, a shopping spree, or an evening of live entertainment, Barefoot Landing offers a memorable experience for visitors of all ages. Broadway at the beach. It's another excellent tourist attraction. It's only 5 minutes away, guys. It is 350 acres of fun. Let me tell you, fireworks shows and boat rides and Wonderworks and I mean, Wahlburgers and Dave & Buster's, and there's just so much to do. You don't want to miss it. They've got a new area out there where the Hangout is, another great little restaurant. They've got golf you can play. I mean, like little putt-putt golf. It's a lot of fun. Now, the Greg Rouse Legacy Theater is a premier entertainment venue that offers a unique and intimate live performance experience. Founded by acclaimed entertainer Greg Rouse, the theater showcases a variety of shows, including the popular Music and Memories series, which features a world-class cast and band performing beloved songs from past decades. Each performance is 100% live and changes nightly, ensuring a fresh experience for returning guests. The theater has been recognized as WMBF's Best Show of the Grand Strand in 2024, highlighting its commitment to quality entertainment. With a seating capacity of 800, the venue provides an intimate setting that fosters a sense of community and connection between performers and the audience. In addition to its diverse musical offerings, the theater honors military personnel and first responders with special discounts, and during the summer offers promotions such as 2 free child tickets with the purchase of an adult ticket. The Greg Rouse Legacy Theater stands as a testament to Rouse's dedication to creating memorable, family-friendly entertainment that resonates with audiences of all ages. Pirates Voyage. Now, guys, they are doing acrobatics. It's a red team and a blue team of pirates, and they are jumping in the water. They are playing with fire. They are getting all of the guests involved. It is a dinner show. And while you're having dinner and they're serving you great food, they're getting you involved in what they're doing. It is a lot of fun. Your kids, your family is going to enjoy it so much. You don't want to miss the Pirates Voyage. The Alabama Theater, nestled in North Myrtle Beach, Barefoot Landing, has been a premier entertainment venue since its inception in 1993 by the renowned country music band Alabama. Celebrated as the #1 live entertainment theater in the area, it offers a diverse array of performances that captivate audiences of all ages. From February through October, the theater showcases its signature variety show, Iconic, a dynamic production featuring a blend of country, pop, rock, and Broadway hits, complemented by state-of-the-art visuals and choreography. As the holiday season approaches, the venue transforms to present the South's grandest Christmas show, a festive extravaganza filled with traditional and contemporary holiday music, dance, and comedy. Throughout the year, the Alabama Theater also hosts an impressive lineup of guest artists, including notable names like Josh Turner, the Oak Ridge Boys, and Jay Leno, ensuring a memorable experience for every visitor. With its commitment to high-quality performances and family-friendly atmosphere, the Alabama Theater remains a must-visit destination for those seeking top-tier entertainment in the Grand Strand region. The House of Blues in North Myrtle Beach, located at Barefoot Landing, is a premier entertainment venue that combines live music, Southern-inspired cuisine, and vibrant atmosphere. Established in 1997, this 59,000 square foot facility features a two-level music hall with a standing capacity of 3,500 and seating for 500 people, hosting a variety of concerts and events throughout the year. Now, the venue includes a restaurant and a bar that offers signature dishes like voodoo shrimp and jambalaya, alongside craft cocktails and an extensive beer selection. Additional spaces, such as the deck, provide outdoor seating with live music and happy hour specials. With its unique blend of music, food, and art, the House of Blues offers an unforgettable experience for visitors and locals alike. Now, same thing goes for medieval times. It is a dinner show with knights, and they're fighting, and there's swords, and there's horses, and they are having a blast out there, getting you involved in that, in all that fun. Now, the Skywheel, a major Myrtle Beach landmark up the road. The Boardwalk and Promenade, another major landmark. Tanger Outlets, if you want to shop, that's where you want to go. Market Common. Now, Market Common is a city within a city. Guys, there's upscale shopping, White House Black Market, Southern Living. I mean, you name it, it's there. There's bookstores and movie theaters. They do all kinds of little festivals. Across the street is a $1.3 million playground called Savannah's Playground. You don't want to miss it. It's probably one of the most desirable places in our market to live. Now, Myrtle Beach International Airport, 15 minutes up the road. Let's get into golf. Dunes Golf and Beach Club. You gotta go. It is luxury golf at its finest. You definitely want to check it out. It's right there oceanfront. Beautiful greens, an excellent place to play golf. Myrtlewood Golf Club, World Tour Golf Links, guys, is going to have holes from some of the best courses around the world. And of course, there's Top Golf. You do not want to miss Top Golf. Guys, there's individual lanes set up to go out, and it's a driving range. You have a blast. There's restaurants. They serve you food, friends, family. It's the kind of thing that you want to do. Get a group of your friends together and go out and hit that driving range. You won't regret it. It'll be a lot of fun. Again, only just a few minutes up the road. Now stay tuned, because coming up in the rest of the video, I'll discuss how this resort has appreciated, average occupancy rates, and average gross rental income based on unit bedroom count for our market. And I'll share a really big secret I learned from a former client that was featured in Forbes magazine on how to increase your occupancy rates. After that, I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase, so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. Now, your appreciation is an estimate based on my research and my knowledge and my experience with oceanfront condos and knowing how the smaller units actually run and appreciate in general. There isn't any solid data in our MLS for the Yachtsman. In 2025, if you pay $185, fast forward to 2035, my prediction is you'll be able to sell this for around $335. That's $150,000 in appreciation. That's $15,000 a year in appreciation, in addition to your annual profits and your tax write-offs. Now, what's the secret about concierge services? All right, guys, well, the point is to have concierge services. I once had a client that was featured in Forbes magazine, She had a unit over at the Sea Mist Resort. She made $33,000 with this unit. It did have a nice jacuzzi jet tub. She offered these packages to her clients, and it drove the gross rental income of the unit up. You know, basically bathrobes on the bed, rose petals, towel swans, chocolate, a gift for him, a gift for her, you know, vacation packages. You know, and you could do them themed, of course, you know, for people on their honeymoon and stuff like that. It's an excellent offering. You set up a direct booking website. They go right to your website. You have 3 packages, a 500, a 1,000, a 1,500, and they all include more things. And for the convenience of all of it being planned, in other words, you bought tickets, you contacted your cleaning lady, you gave her $100, and you had her go by, you know, go and order all the stuff for you. You know, order tickets to Pirates Voyage for 2, dinner show. Order a gift, get a gift card to this restaurant here for 2. You know, get tickets to the Country Music Festival. Get, you know, and all the little things, all the little different things that it'd be super simple and super easy that people want to go do in our market. Well, if you go ahead and take care of all of that, you've got it set up in a nice little envelope. It's sitting on the nightstand for them. It's on the counter as soon as they walk in. They've got a concierge experience, and they're going to have an excellent time on their vacation, and they're going to come back, and that's going to build repeat business year over year. And they didn't have to think about it. They didn't have to plan it. You send them an automated email. You signed up for package X. It includes this, 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 and this. We've already got your tickets. We got this. It's going to be on the nightstand for you, blah, 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 blah. Guys, it's simple and easy. And if you do 10 of those at $1,500, we're talking about an extra $15,000 at the end of the year in gross rental income. And all you did was set up a direct booking website, put a web page up, a landing page with 3 different packages, let them choose one, let them process their credit card right there online. You just offered it to them in addition to their rental when they signed up on Airbnb. You told your cleaning lady, hey, here's $100. Go and get all these things for me and leave them in the room for this guest. It's that simple and that easy, guys. Now stay tuned, because coming up in the rest of the video, I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase, so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. Now, do I buy this property as a second home, or do I buy it as an investment property? Well, guys, if you're going to use it, you might want to buy it as a second home. I'd say if you're going to use it 6 months out of the year, buy it as a second home. It's going to give you a cheaper interest rate, a lower down payment, but you can only rent it out 180 days out of the year. Now, if you're in the game to make money and you're not really going to use it, or you're going to use it just a few weekends or a few weeks out of the year, then you probably want to buy it as an investment property. It's going to be at least 20%, most likely 25% down. It's going to have a higher interest rate. The bank knows you're making money. They want to make money with you. And you can rent it out, 365 days a year. So you have no limits on renting it out. Now, if you buy it as a second home, it's got to be at least 75 miles from your primary residence. Additionally, you do have to occupy it at least 3 weeks out of the year. Now, remodeling your unit. Here's what investors do time and time again, guys. I see it all the time. I help investors do it. They use my contractors. It's so simple, it's so easy, and it applies to more than just oceanfront condos. It applies to real estate in general. People buy underperforming assets, properties, fix them up, and sell them. That's a fix and a flip. It's not rocket science. It's very logical. It's very simple. You buy a property that's ran down, you put some money into it, you sell it for more than you bought it for, and more than the remodel cost. It's the same principle that you're doing here, except for you're just renting it out first for a few years while you hold it, and then you turn around and sell it. Now, you always want to buy the underperforming asset with the ugly carpet, the horrible countertops, the one that's ran down and looks disgusting. You want to buy that one. You want to put some money into it. I won't say always, always, always. If you're using financing and you can find one that's remodeled, it's most likely a smarter move. But for the most part, the strategy is simple. You buy an underperforming asset, you remodel it, and then you rent it out. You design it with all the top-notch design touches of the top 5% Airbnb properties, that are on the market. You make sure that you're better than all the competition. An accent wall with a fireplace and a mantle. You got popping, contrasting colors that catch people's eyes and attention on Airbnb. It has a very modern and a very trendy look. Like, listen, there's a game that you've got to play when you're attracting guests and rentals. You can't make the property look like whatever your tastes are and expect it to perform like a top 5%. You're catering to the masses. You're catering to a specific demographic, a specific audience. And there are key elements, like you want to have desk in the room for the kids. You want to have a little game station. You want to have a telescope by the balcony to drink wine and watch the stars. You want to advertise all that stuff in your listing. You want to have a coffee station for the mornings when they wake up. There's certain elements to this that really, really work, guys. And if you do it, you make great money. Yvonne, a client of mine, 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. I can't stop talking about her. She bought an oceanfront condo for almost $600,000, a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom over at Ocean Reef. She remodeled it. She had it off the market for at least 2.5 months. When she bought the condo, it was making $104,400 in her first 12 months. Remember, she had it off the market for 2.5 months. So that means in less than 12 months, technically, 8.5 months, 9.5 months, whatever. Guess what? She made $140,000 in gross rental income and cleared $30,000 profit. She increased her gross rental income by $36,000 just her first year. She recouped the entire remodel plus some. Was it worth it to remodel the property? Absolutely. Is she already halfway there for a cash out refi? You better believe it. She's already improved the property. Now she's just got to wait a few years and let it appreciate and pull the money out of it, and she can go buy another one. Now, anyways, the point is the remodels work, guys. The top-notch products perform. It gets you winter rentals during the winter months. It makes you stand out and take market share, and you can charge a whole lot more money for a much larger and nicer condo that is in high demand. It's that simple and that easy. 1031 like-kind exchange, a very, very hot topic and one that many investors are interested in. Yes, you can do them with oceanfront condos. A 1031 exchange, named after Section 1031 of the IRS code, allows real estate investors to defer paying capital gains taxes when they sell an investment property, as long as they reinvest the proceeds into a like-kind property of equal or greater value within a specific time frame. The key rules include identifying the replacement property within 45 days and closing on it within 180 days of the sale. Now, this strategy helps investors grow their portfolios more efficiently by deferring taxes and leveraging their equity. But it requires careful planning and the use of a qualified intermediary to handle the transaction. Guys, I have a qualified intermediary for you that I would like to introduce to you to help facilitate your 1031 like-kind exchange. It's that simple and that easy. If you're interested in purchasing properties and you're concerned about capital gains tax, this is a viable strategy that many investors use to build wealth. Get in contact with me. It's 843-360-1737, and I can help you with that 1031 like-kind exchange. I get calls and emails every day from investors just like you looking to make their move into the Myrtle Beach market. They want to invest in short-term vacation rental properties. They want to invest in oceanfront condos. They want to know where the best deals are in our market. Well, guys, you're talking to the right person. 843-360-1737. I'm going to help you put your hands on the best deals in our market. If you're a first-time investor or a seasoned investor, if you're 1 year, 6 months, 3 years out, I don't care where you are in the investing process, pick up the phone, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text message, and let one of the many stories on our channel be one of your stories. Now let's talk through low HOAs versus high HOAs. Let's talk through special assessments and kind of the correlation and how this all plays out. Now, people first-time investors generally want a low HOA resort because they feel like it's less risk. I'm going to completely debunk that for you in just a minute. So I had a client ask me, well, how do I avoid getting hit with a bunch of special assessments? And she was basically working through the understanding that when you have an HOA that has a super low fee, most likely they're not setting aside money in reserves. In fact, most likely they're probably not running the business portion of the HOA well. They're not building up a cushion in case things happen and they need to fix it. Now, generally the higher HOAs are at resorts that have healthy businesses, and they're collecting, instead of setting aside every month when you pay your HOA dues, they are collecting reserves. Now, those reserves will go to take care of, most likely, items that need to be fixed and are repaired on site. Now, would you rather pay $50 or $100 a month towards the reserves in your HOA payment, maybe even $150 a month? Or would you rather get hit with a $15,000 special assessment? In my opinion, it's smarter to pay it incrementally. It's not such a big blow. It's already accounted for, and they're setting money aside in the reserves so that they don't have to issue you a special assessment. With a lower HOA fee, they're going to issue you special assessments anytime something breaks or needs to be fixed. Is it better to have a low HOA fee and get hit with multiple assessments throughout the year or a few years in a row that eat through your profits, or just to go ahead and invest in a place that has a higher HOA fee that is putting aside money in reserves to take care of those things so that you don't have to have special assessments over and over and over again each and every year? So, in my opinion, it is more risk. In my opinion, it is more risk to purchase a lower tier oceanfront condo at a lower tier resort with lower HOA fees. It is because there's a lot more competition in the lower end of the market. Those smaller units, there's a huge supply of them. They don't appreciate as well, so there's nothing to really carry you through on the back. If you have a lean year or you get a bunch of special assessments or something hits you, there's nothing really to carry you through if you don't make a lot of profits on the smaller oceanfront condos, as opposed to the larger oceanfront condos that appreciate much better, and they can carry you through some of those lean years. Over the lifetime of the investment, you are still okay if you have a few years where you only make $5,000 profit, $10,000 profit, whatever, on those larger oceanfront condos, $15,000 profit on those leaner years, because they appreciate so well on the back end. It carries you through. You don't have that cushion with a smaller oceanfront condo. I ran numbers, I think it was over at the Dunes Village, on a guy, he was selling his condo. If he would have sold it as asking price, we're looking at $54,000 in appreciation while he owned that condo a year. That's substantial appreciation. As where the smaller oceanfront condos don't appreciate nearly as well, you'd be lucky to get $100,000, or you'd be doing well at $100,000 appreciation for owning it, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, versus owning a larger oceanfront condo for 10 years and you're getting $300,000 in appreciation. So there's a lot more cushion in the appreciation aspect of it that's going to carry you overall. If you look at everything, the annual profits, and appreciation combined, if you look at both, there's a lot more cushion in those larger oceanfront condos. So, thinking through risk, people at low tier resorts that are afraid of high HOA fees, and they think they justify it in their mind going, I'm taking less risk by buying something that's cheaper because it's less money out of pocket that I have to spend. Technically, they're positioning themselves to have the highest amount of competition, to have the lowest amount of hedge and appreciation, and to get hit with lots of special assessments. Because their HOA is not setting money aside in the reserve account. Now you tell me what sense that makes, buying a low-tier oceanfront condo with a low HOA fee, all because you're afraid to take on more risk. You're technically taking on more risk. All right, so if you have a 401k and you have retirement funds, but not enough to live off of, which many Americans are in that boat because a 401k was never designed for you to retire off of. It was an account for executives to be able to stash away some extra cash, and it got turned into a quote-unquote retirement account. But there's generally, unless you have a ridiculous amount of money in that 401k, it's not going to be enough money for you to retire on. This is where Myrtle Beach oceanfront condos, real estate investing, comes into play, because you've got money in your account that you can be putting in hard assets that generate great annual profits, that appreciate, and that give you tax write-offs. And that's going to happen a lot faster than what you can do in the stock market. Now, or even with bonds, or even with long-term rentals. Myrtle Beach oceanfront condos are one of the best investments in the market. Now, 401k non-recourse loans. A non-recourse loan against a 401k is used when purchasing real estate within the 401k itself, typically through a self-directed solo 401k plan. In this setup, the 401k account, not the individual, purchases the property, not the individual, not the person, but the 401k purchases the property. And a non-recourse loan is used because IRS rules prohibit personal guarantees on 401k owned investments. Now, a non-recourse loan means the lender can only seize the property if there's a default. They cannot go after the investor's personal assets or the rest of the 401k funds. Now, this allows investors to leverage their retirement funds to buy real estate while keeping the investment compliant with IRS rules. However, only the 401k benefits from the investment returns. The annual profits you're making, you can't touch. It's got to go back into the 401k. It can't go into your personal account. And strict rules around prohibited transactions must be followed to avoid penalties. Guys, I just helped a client purchase an oceanfront condo at Dunes Village, a place that is infamous for gross rental income in our market, with a 401k non-recourse loan. It's a very smart move, guys, and you should get started now building that nest egg up. Absolutely. If you do not have enough money to retire on because you're planning on living longer, because your lifestyle demands it, then you need to get in contact with me so that I can get you in contact, and you have a 401k, of course, so that I can get you in contact with a qualified person that can do a 401k non-recourse loan for you. My cell phone's 843-360-1737. Give me a call and let me help you out. Those retirement years could be a whole lot better, and you could be living in a lot more comfort if you had that extra $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in profit coming in passively from an asset like an oceanfront condo. Now, guys, lots of people are concerned about HOAs. HOAs protect the appreciation aspect of your investment. You know, ultimately, the HOA consists of people that own at that particular resort, and they don't want to pay any of those high HOA fees or any more fees than they have to pay. However, they have enough sense to know that if they don't maintain the property and take care of it well, that the property is going to lose value, and the tourists are not going to continue to rent that property any longer. If that happens, the money that you're counting on in appreciation at the end of the investment when you go to sell it is gone. And that's what you don't want. The appreciation is an excellent builder of wealth. Additionally, it serves as a hedge in case you don't do as well renting your property out. Now, of course, I don't want that for you. I don't expect that for you. If you follow the channel, then you're learning all the things to do. If we've had a few conversations, I'm telling you what to do. So HOAs protect the investment. They protect that appreciation aspect of your property, and when you go to resell it, you're going to be really happy that you had an HOA. Now, investors often are concerned about higher HOA fees. Well, most of the time, the best resorts have the highest HOA fees. They have higher HOA fees. You do not let the HOA fee determine where you invest your money. You let the upside, you let the gross rental income, you follow the money, you follow the cash. It's horrible to allow fear of not having enough and you're not going to be able to make the payment, you're afraid the HOA is too high, to be the determinant as to where you invest. You know, not everybody is successful at investing. A lot of people think that way. Fear is what's driving their decision. fear is not a smart investment strategy. I wouldn't let it be in the driver's seat if I was you. And you can't. You got to look at the units that are top performing, and you've got to go to those resorts. You got to check out the inventory and the products that are currently on the market, and you've got to invest where you've got upside and potential, where you can make money, because the whole point of this is to make money. You don't invest in a place with a low HOA fee at a low tier resort that doesn't have a really strong brand name. A lot of people don't know about it, and hardly anyone wants to rent there. In my opinion, it's just not a smart strategy. Why would you cap yourself at a place, let's say that has units, they're making $30,000 a year gross income, when you could be at a place that's making $90,000 or $100,000 a year, and you're putting $30,000 a year in profit in your pocket, all because you weren't intimidated by an HOA fee. And by the way, the tourists that rent the condo pay the fees. And if you're doing it well, and you've watched the interview with Matt Freeze, at least one of them, he plainly said that he owns, at the time I interviewed him, he owned 11 oceanfront condos. Guys, he plainly says June, July, and August, he makes enough money on his condos to pay all the bills for the whole year. So what are you worried about? What are you afraid about? Don't let that HOA fee intimidate you and stop you. Invest where you can make money and build wealth. It requires risk to build wealth. That's how it works. Let's talk about doing a cash out refi. Guys, the real estate strategy using a cash out refinance involves pulling equity from your first investment property after it has appreciated in value or you've paid down the mortgage, and using those funds as a down payment for your next property. Now here's how it works. You buy your first property, you improve it or hold it over time, and once it gains enough equity, you refinance it for more than you currently owe. You take the difference in cash, tax deferred, and use it to buy your second property. You repeat the process, improve, refinance, reinvest, and you create a snowball effect of portfolio growth without needing to come up with new capital for each deal. Now this method lets investors scale rapidly, but it requires good credit. Strategic property selection, that's where I come in, and you gotta get the property selection right, because if not, you're shooting yourself in the foot, you're stifling that snowball effect. If you don't get this one right and it doesn't have solid financials, you might not get approval for the next condo or the cash out refi. Or anyways, the point is you want to make sure you get the right property. Now, strong cash flow is going to be important, and discipline to avoid over leveraging. You do not want to over leverage. So guys, it's very simple and very easy. Lots of people buy oceanfront condos using a cash out refi, either on their primary residence. They'll pull, a few $100,000 out of their home. Of course, their mortgage goes up a little bit, $1,100, $1,200, depending upon how much money they pull out. And they purchase an oceanfront condo, or they do a cash out refi on the oceanfront condo that they bought their first one. It's that simple and that easy. It does create a snowball effect. Once you buy a property and improve it, and it appreciates, and you've paid down that mortgage, of course you're going to pull that cash out and buy another oceanfront condo. Well, you wait 3 or 4 more years, now you've got 2 oceanfront condos that you can employ this same strategy with. You do it to both of them, now you bought 2 more and you have 4 oceanfront condos. Well, yes, you can do it again. 4 more years goes by, you improve properties, you pay out all those profits you're making on the oceanfront condo rentals into the mortgage, and guess what you do? You buy 4 now. Now you got 8 oceanfront condos. So it creates a snowball effect, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, that nest egg, allowing you to really build some substantial wealth over time. It's a very viable strategy. If you're interested in learning more about it, give me a call. It's 843-360-1737. And now, it is the moment you have been waiting for, and one of the most exciting parts of the video. Let's break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase, so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. And then I'll give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. All right, now let's work through a 2-bedroom cash scenario purchase right here at the Yachtsman in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Now, your purchase price is $185,000. Your gross rental income estimate, I have you at $60,000. Your Airbnb platform fee is 3% of the gross rental income that the unit makes. It's $1,800. If you take that from the $60,000 you made, you're left with a subtotal of $58,200. Now, your property taxes in 2024 were $2,605.68. Your excise tax was $493. Now that excise tax, guys, is going to cover your use for the police department and your fire department. It's calculated at $145 base fee for your first $2,000 in gross rental income, and then $6 for every $1,000 you make after that in gross rental income. Your local hospitality and accommodations tax is $1,800. That's 3% total of your gross rental income. 1.5% going to the city of Myrtle Beach for your business license to own and operate a short-term vacation rental property, and then 1.5% to Horry County. Your HO6 insurance is $1,000. You want to make sure you get an HO6 policy that includes lost gross rental income. That way, if they shut your floor down for construction during those winter months, you still can collect income. Your annualized HOA dues were $15,396, bringing you to an operating expense subtotal of $21,294.68. If you subtract that from your subtotal up top of $58,200, yes, you are left with a projected profitability of as much as $36,905.32. Now, cash on cash return is 20%. Phenomenal investment. Now, I have not included your cleaning cost in this estimate because your cleaning costs are going to pass through to your guest, and it is a viable way for you to churn a profit. You simply, let's say that your cleaning lady is going to charge you $150 per cleaning, and you charge your guest $200 per cleaning. You're going to pocket $50 profit every time you clean that unit. It's that simple and that easy. Electricity and internet and pest control are included in the HOA fee. So let's work through a financing scenario purchase of a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom right here at the Yachtsman. That's a $185,000 purchase price. Your down payment at 25% of that purchase price is $46,250. Your gross rental income estimate is $60,000. Airbnb is going to charge you 3% of the gross rental income that you make. That's going to be $1,800. If you subtract that from the $60,000, it brings you to a subtotal of $58,200. Then you have your principal and interest. That's $12,504. That is based off of an 8.25% interest rate at 30 years. Your property taxes were $2,605.68. Your excise tax was $493. Your local hospitality and accommodations tax was $1,800. That's 3% of the gross rental income. Your HO6 insurance, $1,000, and then your annualized HOA dues, $15,396, bringing you to an operating expense subtotal of $33,798.68. Now, if you take that $33,798.68 away from the subtotal up top of $58,200, yes, you are left with a projected profitability of as much as $24,401.32. Guys, the cash on cash return on this deal is 53%. You're putting in a down payment of $46,250 and getting out $24,401.32. Yes, you can make your money back in 2 years. Come on. Oceanfront condos are very, very profitable. All right, so let's talk about depreciating a 2-bedroom unit right here at the Yachtsman. Guys, purchase price is $185,000 divided by 27.5 years. Gives you a taxable income deduction of $6,727.27. Now, the IRS allows you to depreciate the unit for economic obsolescence and wear and tear. Depreciation is simply wear and tear. Economic obsolescence is when newer buildings are built, the older ones lose some of their value. It's that simple and that easy. You can do a cost segregation study on these units. That's where you accelerate depreciation, take a large amount in a given year. You could be writing off as much as $40,000 in a given year. I had a client that recently received a $34,000 tax refund in her first year of owning an oceanfront condo by simply doing a cost segregation study. It is very, very valuable if you're a high income earner. If you need a CPA that can do that for you, give me a call. It's 843-360-1737. Now, you're probably wanting to know, what are the top 5 oceanfront condo resorts in Myrtle Beach, or in the market period? Well, in the market period. I found one at Sea Marsh last year. The place only has one pool. It's not like a super nice place, but the guy had the right design elements on the unit. He made $90,000 in gross rental income on his unit. In my estimation, he cleared $24,000 profit. He's just got a well-designed unit, you know, and the place is standard. It doesn't have major amenities, doesn't have crazy draws. It's got an $847 a month HOA, a low HOA, but guess what? He crushed it because of the design element on the unit. It's that simple and that easy, guys. Nothing special, nothing hidden. Sea Marsh, it's up there. Ocean Reef, Yvonne, she's up there. 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. Caribbean, 1-bedroom, made $72,000 in gross rental income. Let me see here. Dunes Village, by far, absolutely. The majority of their units consistently outperform the rest of the market. Their ocean view units perform better than probably most oceanfront units elsewhere because they have an indoor water park and you can rent the unit out 12 months out of the year due to that indoor water park. It is a sustainable competitive advantage. Dunes Village continues to be one of the top performers in the market. I found a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom that made $103,000 over there. Definitely killing it. I found a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. It's under contract now. Made $124,000. I mean, like, Dunes Village, definitely. Finally, I'd say Oceans One or Resort. I found a unit over there, a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom that made $109,000. Yes, Oceans One over in the south end of the beach. I know a lot of investors are skeptical about it, but guys, people are making money there to the tune of $109,000. We're talking, you know, $29,000 profit. So that's my top 5. If you want to know more, get in contact with me, have a conversation with me, call me, guys. I really enjoy hearing from you guys. It's 843-360-1737. Send me a text message, shoot me an email, jump on a live Zoom call with me, ask me your questions, and let's get you somewhere into this investing game that you really want to be in, building wealth and securing a great future for you and your family. Now, guys, I get calls, emails, and texts all the time from people just like you looking to make that move in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Whether it's an oceanfront condo or a commercial investment, please don't let fear stop you. Don't wait 2 years to do this. Don't think about it for years and years and years. Pick up the phone, give me a call, send me a text message, shoot me an email, or hop on a live Zoom conference call so I can help you. It's that simple and that easy. I don't want you to get stuck circling round and around, wondering about oceanfront condo investing when you could just pick up the phone and call me. I had a lady call me off of a listing at the Sea Mist. Within a day, she was under contract. I overcame her hurdles. I helped her work through the different hurdles in her thinking, educated her on oceanfront condo investing, gave her resources to help her learn oceanfront condo investing through our investor interviews on the YouTube channel. Now she's under contract. She's simply waiting to close. She's got access to my network. She's got access to my team. She's got contractors. She's got the people that she needs to be successful. I want her story to be your story. Don't spend 2 years thinking about investing in an oceanfront condo. You're wasting valuable time that your money could be compounding and growing. Get in contact with me. 843-360-1737.